What about you, like before and after your diagnosis?
3 years on, I've definitely understood a lot more about like organization and time management. I'm not perfect with the time management. I was even late today.
Yes, you were.
Everybody gather round for my Ochakai.
Hey, what's up? Hey.
Hello.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Amiide, and welcome to my Ochakai. Ochakai means tea party in Japanese, and this is where I sit down with guests and talk about identity, belonging, and mental health. Our purpose is to explore what makes us who we are. Today, I'm joined by Kyami, a Black American and Japanese artist whose art and creativity are deeply tied to identity and self-expression. She's a multi-hyphenate, singer-songwriter, producer, model, theater maker, a textile artist, and crochet influencer. So many things. So we'll be talking about living with mixed heritage, queerness, and belonging. And we'll find out how to embrace the power of being yourself. Let's welcome Kyami to Ochakai.
Hey, I'm
Hey.
inside the tea party. Ochakai.
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 Is this gonna be our intro?
Yeah, that
intro
has to
song?
be Ochakai.
A jingle.
Yeah, every podcast needs a jingle.
All right, so before we dive in, I like to start Ochakai with a little intro. Could you share with us your gender, sexuality, and if you had a mug with a message like this? Mine is, you got this. But anyways, if you had a mug with a message that could speak your feelings today, what would it say?
I have one that's like that says you got this. I actually find it really like motivating. So, like, whenever I use it, I'm like, I do got this. Okay, yes, my gender. I would say that I've changed my description of my gender over the years. But I think most recently, and the one that I relate to the most is, I would say that I'm a non-binary woman.
Okay.
So I use the she, they pronouns. But I'm not offended if people say that I'm a woman or whatever. I relate to that womanhood and the journey of being a woman, but I also don't. So, well, it's complicated.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, gender and my sexuality is queer. I would say that, obviously that's like an umbrella term, isn't it? It's like when I can be attracted to really any kind of person. Doesn't matter what they got in their pants or, whatever. I could be attracted to anyone. So for me, it's just about the vibes. I guess some
Is it
people...
like kind of like pansexual?
Yeah, I suppose like some people would say pansexual.
Right.
Yeah, because, and I guess like pansexual probably falls under the
Right.
queer
Queer.
umbrella. But I just like to say queer because I'm like, it just means that I'm not straight.
Right.
And we'll just
right.
leave it there, and
The mug.
Yes, my mug. If I had a mug with a message, I don't have one. Mine's, Ami made me an iced coffee, which, thank you. Some more. If I had a mug with a message, my message today, my mug would say, treat every day like it's a new day to get inspired.
Ooh, I love that.
I've been feeling really like my trip to London, even though I come to London all the time, this time it's been really like inspirational. I've met so many different people, and for some reason, I don't know, the vibe this week is just different. Maybe I'm different than the last time I came.
Really? This time? Only this time? Like you felt different?
Well, I feel like sometimes I've come down here and I've been a bit like, oh, I have to do this.
Yeah,
Oh, I
right.
have to do that. And this time I've been like, oh, I'm excited to do this thing. And I'm trying to have a bit more of a positive outlook on life recently.
I mean, maybe that's why, because like you attract this similar energy into your life. So
Yeah.
maybe because you were feeling good and then wanted to be positive, maybe you attracted the positive outcome as well.
Well, I do believe that.
Anyways, I wanted to like talk about like how we met because like we actually met at like one of the ESEA music events.
Yeah, I remember.
It's funny because like when I saw you in the crowd, I was like, I need to be friend with her. Like I was like, I don't know. It's just the vibe you had. I was like, I need to talk to her because like I'm shy. I'm very shy. I'm introverted, and I had friends with me that night. My wife Laura and one other friend, and usually I don't make friends when I'm with my comfortable like people.
Yeah.
But then I was like, when I saw you, and I was like, I need to talk to her. And then the funniest thing is that you have the same name as me.
Yeah.
Ami. And then you showed me the tattoo.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my goodness, this is destiny. This is
And we
fate.
use the same kanji.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's Asian beauty, by the way.
Yeah, Asian beauty. Or sometimes I think because that kanji also means second. In my context, in my family, I am the second child.
Is it?
Yeah.
I'm an only child.
Well, then you're Asian beauty.
Yes, I'm an Asian beauty. Funny.
I think, yeah, Japanese names are so funny, aren't they? Because they all have such like crazy meanings.
Yeah, it is. Because like my mom's name is Yuko, and then my grandpa was studying about this cold fusion, like nuclear like fusion things,
Okay.
and which is Yugo in Japanese, and that's how he named my mom, Yuko.
Oh. He said, I love science so much.
Isn't it funny?
Well, I guess that's his own like artistic vision.
Yeah.
There.
Anyway, so you are originally from America. Can you explain a little bit more about your upbringing then?
Yeah. So, my mom is from Saitama, and my mom moved to America when she was 30. And my dad's like a bit younger than my mom, I think 4 years younger. So my dad was like 26 and my mom was 30. And they dated for 6 months and then moved to America because my mom was pregnant and she didn't want to like tell her family.
Wait. She moved because she didn't want to tell her family?
Yeah, she just ran away.
That's why.
She just ran. She was like, I'm gone. Everyone, bye. So I was like, okay, cool. And then, then my brother came along. And then about a year and a half later, I came along. And I'm from Troy, New York, which is like 2 hours driving from Manhattan, upstate towards Canada. And I lived there like my whole 19 years. And in my upbringing, I would say, it's interesting because I have a lot to compare to now that I live here, and I've lived here for 8 years. But in my upbringing, I always thought, I didn't necessarily feel like I stuck out so much when I was like in primary school. I definitely did have insecurities like about my hair, because I had so much hair, and everyone was like, "We don't know what to do with this hair." My mom doesn't really know how to do hair, but luckily I grew up around my aunties, my dad's sisters, and they both could do hair and stuff. So that was good because I always could get my hair done and stuff when I was younger. But I didn't necessarily feel like super distant from like my friends in the way of like racially or like gender or anything, like especially gender stuff I didn't think about until I was in my 20s. So yeah, when I was growing up, I felt like I definitely felt different, but I didn't necessarily think that I stuck out. I just thought like, oh, maybe I am a bit different from other people, but I don't really know what makes me different because, like, how could you know when you're little,
I see.
It takes time to, like, discover.
So you never lived in Japan, like?
No, never lived in Japan. We went a few times when I was younger, and I think we did spend, like, an extended period of time before school and stuff in Japan, but when we started school, like, we didn't really go.
Did you see yourself like more Black or Asian, or is there any like difference, or like did you feel like mixed race, or did like people?
Yeah, it's interesting because I think a lot of it, and what I've realized in the last couple of years, is a lot of it does come down to what you look like, and that's how people perceive you. So for me, if I was to wear, for example, my hair straight, people really perceive me as being more Asian.
Right.
But if I wear my hair with like braids, people then perceive me to be more mixed race.
Mhm.
But I think here, I feel like people definitely perceive me as being like a more Asian, which is interesting because
In the UK, here in the
in
UK.
the UK. Whereas in America, I feel like people, if you're black, no matter how light skinned you are, obviously I'm very light, you know, like even I think Ami, like you're darker than me. And even my mom is darker than me. Like I'm pale, you know, to be black, but we're what we call fluorescent beige. And so in America, like even to be really mixed race and like really light skinned, you're still acknowledged as being black. Whereas like here, I feel like being light skinned, I'm not really acknowledged as being black. So it's really
That's very interesting.
yeah, it is interesting because I kind of like I didn't really get it because obviously I grew up in America and uh my whole life like I felt black. And then I moved here and people were like, "You're not black." And I was like, "What do you mean I'm not black?"
But you're black.
I know. I mean, I definitely did get it here and there when I was in
Mhm,
school of
mhm.
people being like, "Well, you're not really black." And then I'm like, "Well, yes, I am black. I'm also Japanese. Like
Mhm.
I'm both. I
You're
can't just
both.
be one or the other because I am both."
Exactly.
Mm,
That is very interesting.
mm.
What made you want to move to the UK though, in the first place?
Me and my two best friends from high school, they were in the year above me. So I was like 14 and they were 15 or 16. And we were like, we loved this movie. I don't know if you've ever watched it. It's called Angus Thongs and Perfect Snogging.
No.
Oh my gosh, it is canon to the UK culture. Like, you want to know? Me saying, "Do you want to know UK culture?" But I just like I really loved that movie, and it was like a coming of age like film about this girl, and she's a bit weird, and like she's just kind of trying to find her way like through school and stuff. And me and my friends loved this movie. We also really loved British music
Mhm,
and
mhm,
films in
mhm.
general. So I was really like, oh, we should all like that was our dream, you know, when we're like 14, 15.
I mean,
Let's
UK music,
yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's so crazy how the UK is so small and
Yeah,
puts out the kind of music that is made here and like people are so talented. I think probably more talented than Americans if we think about it as a whole.
it's in the water.
Yeah, it's something in the water. So yeah, and then my two friends, like one of them went to uni in Glasgow and one of them went to uni in Wales. So then I was like, well, I have to also go. And then I went to uni first, like in America, and then I didn't like it. And I was studying environmental science. And I was like, I can't do this. I want to do music, you
Mm.
know? And I was just trying to be a good Asian daughter and being the firstborn daughter as well. You know, there's a lot of responsibility, I feel, there to be like, okay, I'm going to do everything, all the responsibility, blah, blah, blah. I tried to.
So that part you felt Asian
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah, definitely. Even things like, I always thought certain things were standard or like
Mm.
most people would know about these things like ramen. Okay. I would just think, yeah, everybody knows how to make ramen. Obviously, that's a Japanese thing. Not everyone's going to know how to make ramen, but stuff like that, I would always think it's like that's normal. Like everyone would know how
Mhm,
to do that. And because I don't know, a lot of times I was just like, I'm American and
mhm.
I don't know, that's just like America's so like multicultural and I don't know, but also I do find that Americans embrace culturalism more than people in the UK. Because like lots of my friends in America, they will like know what the Asian store is, know what things are in an Asian store, you know. Whereas a lot of my friends here, if they're not Asian or don't have Asian friends, they would never have been to the Asian store.
Ah, that's super interesting.
Mm.
That's true.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Also, like, cause used to live in LA. LA and New York are like completely different places as
They're
well.
so different.
Because like in LA, I feel like the race is like really clear. Like people in the same race group, they hang together
Mm,
and they don't really, hang outside of that
mm,
group.
mm.
But then in New York, it's not like that.
In New York, it's just everybody is
Yeah,
just
everybody's
friends.
hanging.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, in the UK, it's more towards New York. I feel like
Mm.
the UK is in the middle.
Yeah, it probably is in the middle. Like, personality-wise, definitely not. Definitely not.
Personality-wise, yeah, probably not. But I feel like the friends
But friends
group,
definitely mix.
yeah, they mix, yeah.
There's less of an option, though, here because there's not that many people. Not like in America. There's loads of people, you know? So
Right.
it's like you could be choosy if you wanted to be. But, like, here, yeah, no, I definitely think people, like, my friend group is, we always say that we're like, you know, the diversity poster children.
Mm.
Like, if you look at our friend group, it's everyone from across the world.
Mm.
So anywhere we go, like, people, I feel like, are always like, oh my God, like, such a diverse friend group. And it's like, we're just friends. We're just friends. It's not, we didn't become friends because we wanted to be the
Yeah.
diversity group. Like,
You're Black, you're Asian, and then you're Latino. Let's hang.
yeah, let's get it. Let's go, guys.
We're on Netflix.
Let's be the melting pot.
That doesn't happen in Japan because it's usually Japanese people. And
Yeah.
then we have mixed kids, of course.
Yeah.
But it's not that common compared to, like, you know, other cities
Yeah.
in the world. You never really experience like that kind of stuff in Japan then.
No, only when I've gone to, like, see my family. And even, like, I went to Japan 2 years ago and the neighbors were like, oh, you've got foreign exchange students. It's like, we literally know that I've been alive for 30 years. Like, this is, you know that this is our family. Don't be weird. You know how Japanese people are in that way. And yeah, so that kind of thing is annoying. Or like, I mean, I don't speak Japanese very well, but, you know, I can say certain things. And like, even in Japan, people will be like, oh, wow, like, your Japanese is good. And I'm like, I am Japanese. But yeah, like, I don't know.
How do you think people see you
In Japan?
Yeah. Like just like foreigner?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, everywhere I go, I also feel like I never conform to, I guess, the Japanese standard of like beauty or fashion or whatever when I'm there. I just dress how I want to dress. I look how I want to look. But to be fair, if I go out with my grandma, I will probably wear something where my tattoos are not going to show because I'm like, I don't want to embarrass her. So, like, if I'm with my grandma, then it's a different story. But even in America, if I was with my grandma, I wouldn't, like, maybe dress so crazy or something just because, I don't know. Like, my grandma's pretty conservative. So I'm like, okay, you know, let me just.
That's on the
On my dad's side.
So
On my Black
American
side.
side.
But yeah, if I was in Japan with my grandma, I probably would dress a bit more conservative to be with her.
I see.
But yeah, I don't like stop myself from looking how I want to look or, you know, sometimes I have thought about it like, oh, maybe I should wear my hair in a different way or a certain way, or maybe I should wear my hair straight. But I just feel like, you know, people are gonna be weird anyways because Japanese society, I feel like sometimes is so like, why do people act so weird? Like, if you have a question, just ask. You don't have to be so like, oh, what's going on? Like, just.
I mean, it's just like they never really, you know, be involved with like different looks or like
Yeah, I think that's a big problem in
diversity.
Japan.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, yeah, if we go into that, like, we'll probably never finish this podcast.
Yeah,
But
no, we'll never.
but yeah, that's very true. Like in Japan, like I wish it's more diverse and accepting a little bit more.
Yeah, because even, you know, the things about like gay marriage not being legal and just like being even a homosexual person just in life, just being a queer person or being gay or lesbian, it's like really not okay. And I think it's like, you know, there's only certain places in Japan, and mostly it's just Tokyo area that's like it's okay, you know?
Yeah. Even in Tokyo, like people were like surprised when, for example, like Laura, like when she says she's gay and then she has a girlfriend, like people got shocked. Like with me, like I have less interaction like that.
You're not very femme looking, Ami, so
Yeah,
I don't
maybe
think
that's
you
why.
will be surprised.
There's no surprise.
Whereas like Laura, she's very femme looking, so
Yeah. True. And so, like, on top of being Blasian, you're also very open about being a queer person. And when did you discover who you are?
This is funny because when I was probably about 12 or 13, I can remember thinking, do I really like boys? Like, I've always had crushes on boys, but I just felt really like, oh, even if I thought about liking girls or anyone else, then I'd feel a bit like ashamed. But one time, me and my mom were driving to Target, and
Target.
yeah, like I remember this so vividly. We got in the car, and I just felt like this was probably the first time in my life where I could actually sense that there was tension. Like, this is the first time that I remember sensing like a tension between, or like just a tension in the room kind of thing. And I was like, oh, what is this weird? Why does it feel so weird? Like, nothing's happening. We're just in the car. And I was like, what's going on? And then my mom was like, it was just so silent. Then all of a sudden she just said, it's okay if you're gay. And I was like, I was like, okay, like, thank you, but I don't know that I'm gay, but thanks.
So that happened like before you figured it out.
Yeah. I was like 12 or 13, I
Whoosh.
think. Yeah. And I was like, okay, at least my mom is like supportive.
So your mom is the Japanese side, right?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
super rare.
I
think.
know. Like, I think my mom really doesn't like Japanese society. And
Oh, okay.
so even, like, I'm doing this project right now, and we'll talk about the project in a bit, but when I started doing this project, like, I was interviewing my parents, and my mom was telling me so much about, like, I didn't like Japanese music, I didn't like Japanese men, I didn't like Japanese society. Even to this day, like, my mom's retirement age, and she's like, I don't want to move back to Japan, in my retirement because of how the society is and stuff, and just not really, it's just not chill, is it? And I think my mom has just become so much like adapted to how people are in America, and like just much more accepting of just whoever you are, as a person. Obviously it's hard as well, especially with the way that politics are at the minute.
Yeah.
It's a very tense place.
I mean, I feel like everywhere in the world, though.
Everywhere in the world is tense. Yes.
Tense, yeah.
Things are tense.
That's why we're making this podcast.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so yeah, my mom was like, it's okay if you're gay, and I was like, okay, I don't know, I have no answer, because I was like, all right. I didn't even really think about it.
You were only 12 or 13.
I was like 12 or 13. I'm like, that's not, I shouldn't even be thinking about that right now. I'm like just doing my little, playing my ukulele in my room. Like, that's what I'm doing at 12 years old. So yeah, and then I had mostly all of my friends were queer when I was in school.
You mean what school? Like high school or?
High school, yeah. So when I was in primary school, nobody knows their sexuality. I don't think so, But when I was in high school, it was like everyone, all of my friends, really, because I did music and I did art, and I mean I did sports as well. But then like there's queer people in all of those things.
Of course.
Exactly. So especially like girls' soccer team, there's gonna be at least a couple. Marching band, definitely. Orchestra, 100%. The art people are like, I'm just whatever. And I'm like, okay, cool. So, but I always liked that. I always was like, yeah, it's whatever to me. And I never really thought, I didn't grow up like religious or anything either. So even though my dad's family is religious, my dad's atheist and my mom is agnostic. So
Okay.
there's no religion in my household. And so like a couple of times I did kind of feel a bit of like guilt and shame about maybe like gender and sexuality and things, but it wasn't so huge in my family and in my house. I did have internal things of like, oh, what is, because I never felt like, oh, I'm bi or I'm lesbian. I was kind of just like, I am just doing my own thing, but I don't really know how to describe that. And so I felt like, oh, like if I have to come out, what would I say? Because I don't feel like I resonate with any of these things. I got a bit older. I left home when I was 19. Not like, I ran away, but like I did a volunteer program. And in that program, like I met someone who was gender fluid. And then I was like, oh, like, what is this? I've never met anyone like this before. And I had trans friends, but I didn't have any friends that were non-binary or gender fluid or anything. So I was just like, oh, like this is something different and I don't know about it. And then I just started looking into it loads, and I discovered this magazine called Salty World, and
Salty world.
yeah, it's very like pro sex worker, pro like just minority talk of like gender minority, race minority, like just anything.
Everything.
Yeah. And so I was like, wow, okay, this has like opened up my eyes. And then I just thought, I don't really want to come out. I am kind of just like happy to just exist. And like if people have questions, they can ask questions, but straight people don't have to come out.
Yeah.
So why should I have to come out? I'm just like, I think I'm okay. I'm just going to exist the way that I am. And yeah. And then my mom did have questions because I like changed my pronouns on Instagram and I kind of started talking about it more on Instagram. And I did like speak to my family about it as well, but not in like a coming out way. I kind of was just like, yeah, so, this thing. And my family was just like, yeah, okay, cool. I'm like, yeah, okay, cool.
So you did kind of like a second coming out, not coming out, but like for the second time with your mom.
Yeah, for the second time. I mean, she already knew from when I was 12. She was like, there's something there. And I'm like, okay. I mean, I think I always knew I was weird, but I didn't know what made me weird. And I think like all the differences in identity have also made me feel very like weird and alien. Sometimes I think like, oh, am I neurodivergent because of how like varied my identity is? Because then that alienates me from the world, and then I feel like the more alienated you become, because it's not as if you can just like catch being neurodivergent, but the way that you grow up does kind of define your neurodivergency. And so, yeah, I feel like because I've always felt so different, sometimes I do think like, oh yeah, maybe that is why, because I've never really like been like belonged to one single group.
Interesting. Since we started talking about like neurodivergence, see? I don't know what it is.
Neurodivergency, yes.
Well, let's talk about like being neurospicy then. What's neurospicy?
Neurospicy. I mean, it's neurodivergent. It's
Right.
just like
It's a slang.
yeah,
Oh.
slang, just slang.
It's cuter though.
Exactly.
Neurospicy.
I think neurodivergent. It sounds so scientific. Neurospicy is like,
Hey,
yeah, it's flavor.
it's flavor.
Exactly. I've
So-
just got extra flavor.
Are you autistic and have ADHD?
So 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I
Okay.
got diagnosed with ADHD.
Right.
And then, like, at the time, I wanted to get a autism diagnosis and ADHD diagnosis. But the psychiatrist that I went to, they were like, because I went through the NHS and I went through Psychiatry UK in the Right to Choose scheme. And so, like, when I was there, they kind of were like, you can only do one or the other. And also, like, you couldn't get really anything besides therapy if you got autism diagnosis. But if you have ADHD diagnosis, then you can get medication.
Right.
So I was like, okay, well, I feel like I need the ADHD medication. So that's why I went down that route. But yeah, I mean, I've done lots of research. Obviously, I'm not a scientist. I'm not a doctor. I'm not I'm not even a practitioner. I'm just a person and just a girl. And I read somewhere, like, it was either like in some sort of scientific journal, Harvard or something, some research journal, and they were saying that nearly 50% of people with ADHD are also autistic.
Ah.
And I was like, okay, that makes so much sense for me, but I definitely see how my neurospicy traits are different than some of my friends who are just ADHD.
I see.
Like, I'm very sensitive to noise and lights and social things, and I'm very much like, okay, I need my time to reset and be by myself. And a lot of my friends are like, oh, I get so like re-energized from being with people, and I'm like, I don't understand that. I don't get it at all.
It is funny because like you were the one who said like I could be autistic as well, and then I got an autism diagnosis, and I totally understand.
Congratulations.
Yay.
Hey, welcome to the Neurospicy Club.
That's another jingle.
Yeah. We got autism. That could be your producer tag. Hobbies got bitsism. Oh, that would be so funny. Please.
But anyways, so like I understand that like you need like alone time to recover because like let's say like on the weekend like I hang out with friends, I need another day off.
Yeah. To me, it's like, oh, if I don't have anything to do on that day, but I'm going to go hang out with people, that's like a working day in my mind.
Yeah, same.
I'm like, no, it's effort.
Yeah.
Like, it's not chilling. It's not relaxing to me to like, and even though I want to hang out with my friends, it's not a relaxing, it doesn't recharge me. I'm literally like, no, it's draining me. I have to literally be by myself 100%, just doing whatever I want to do. Even if I might have done the same exact thing with my friends, the socializing aspect is what is like draining and not recharging, you know? Unless we do it in complete silence, then it's like, yes.
You pick like people, right? With you, like I feel comfortable. Like I can be myself. I can talk about anything. But like I feel like when it's someone who's not like that, like I feel like really tired after the, social. I feel like I'm always, masking.
Yeah.
Trying to smile when it's not funny.
Exactly. And so like, when did you get your diagnosis? I mean, like
In February.
Oh, that was February already?
Yep.
Oh.
Long time.
Oh my gosh, that was a long time ago. Why do I feel like it was 2 months ago?
It feels like that though.
Yeah, no, okay.
Time flies.
Yeah, that was like more than 6 months ago. Okay. And like, so that's a pretty good amount of time. Like, what do you think is the most significant thing that you've learned in that time?
Because like I've always had like ups and downs and I didn't know why. But now I feel like I understand my cycle more. And also like when I do social or like when I'm about to, go do social things, I know when to not do it or like I know when to rest and I don't have to feel bad about it.
Yeah.
So I think that's a really big thing after the diagnosis, I think. What about you, like before and after your diagnosis?
3 years on, I've definitely understood a lot more about like organization and time management. I'm not perfect with the time management. I was even late today.
Yes, you were. That's fine.
That's not very Japanese of me.
Definitely not.
No, it's definitely not. I didn't get that one. I used to be so on time though for everything, but like now I'm really like, okay, even my computer, like post or pre-diagnosis and post-diagnosis is so much more organized.
Really?
Yeah. Because I think also the medication has really helped me organize my brain. Because without the medication, I've really like seen how chaotic I can be with like my thoughts. Not like chaotic in my behavior. I'm not like setting things on fire, but like just chaotic in my thought process and like how I do things. And so for me, I've really learned like, okay, I can only kind of, if I'm not really feeling doing something, if I set, okay, I'll do it for 30 minutes, then I can probably work a bit better knowing that I'm going to take a break after 30 minutes or something. And normally it's like I can do it for a bit longer if I've done the 30 minutes. It's just that I had to get started without feeling like, oh my gosh, I have to do this all day,
So before the diagnosis, you noticed that you were unorganized. You thought you needed something to fix it or something.
Well, I've probably lost my keys maybe like 20 times in my life, like before getting the diagnosis.
That's a lot.
Yeah. My mom would literally keep like a whole thing of spare keys like at her work because I lost my keys that much. Eventually, like I had an ex-partner who helped me with that, who was like, every day, come in, you put your key in the same place. If you put it in the same place, it will always be there. But I was like, you know what? That's just not something I was taught, and it's not something that I like could even get a handle on. Like sometimes my keys would be in the fridge. Like sometimes they would be like in the most random places. And I'm like, why are my keys there? And I would like run around the house like being late. Like, where are my keys? And I would literally start crying because I couldn't find my keys. Have an autistic meltdown. Like, I can't find my things. I don't know where it is. And then it's like, okay, well, if you can't find it, get an AirTag for it. And also just put it in the same spot every day. And now I'm like, oh, that makes so much sense. So it's like, it's learning the coping things that are like gonna help me deal with my ADHD and autism better. And also the medication I think has helped really good. But it's like, it's not that the medication fixed everything. It was like I also had to, I don't like to say like self-therapizing, but at least I've tried to look at ways that I could, be a bit more organized, or things that are going to help me better and that are specific for people that are neurospicy, rather than like just like neurotypical people and how neurotypical people do things, because I'm like, I can't do it that way. So it has to be done, in this certain way for me.
I never lost keys. Yeah, I never lost anything, I think. So maybe I'm not ADHD.
Yeah. No, I don't. I really don't think you are, Ami. I think you're just autism.
Autism.
Yeah, exactly. Amiide autism.
Anyways, so do you think all these like identities about you being queer and neurodivergent and mixed heritage, do you think it affected how you make your art?
Oh, definitely. Like my art would not be the same if I wasn't if I was neurotypical. My art would not be the same, especially with how I'm moving now. And I keep saying to people like I'm a retired music artist now.
Yeah, you do. You do say that.
Exactly. I'm still a songwriter. But I'm not doing my own music project, and that's because I really am like, okay, I know that I have lots of different interests, and I'm not always like interested in doing music all the time. And I think because I've done it so long and I've focused so long on doing it, it's kind of lost its appeal and its charm and its magic, because I'm always so like, okay, I really like this one thing. I'm going to focus on this and I'm going to do it like for a couple months. I just realized, and it seemed like so easy to actually realize this, but it took me so long to realize, well, actually, I could do something that just puts everything together. If I do something that puts everything together, then I can literally have my cake and eat it too. I'm working on this project right now with Brighter Sound, and it is a music commission. But I took this opportunity to say, okay, well, I want to transition into being interdisciplinary. So I'm going to make an animated musical. For the music, I was like, oh yeah, I want to do, it's about archiving and it's about East and Southeast Asian heritage. And in my application, I said I wanted to, discover the real true story of how my parents met, because for some reason, it's not something that we really talked about growing up, even though my parents are still together. Like, we never really talked about it as a family. And so obviously I've just made this mythology in my head of like how my parents actually met and like what they did and what it was like. And so that's what this project is exploring. But I wanted to like make a musical that was like narrative and, theatrical, but I was like, without this other element, I don't think I can make this project. And I think that is like what drives me right now. It's like, without this, I can't do this. And that's how I feel about my practice, is like, without neurodivergency, I don't think I'd have the same ideas. I wouldn't have the same abilities. I wouldn't have the same interest in doing things, because I think even like, I don't know. I mean, I'm definitely different from other artists, not in an egotistical way, but I think lots of people are like, wow, you do so many things. But I'm like, but I just try so many things because I'm interested in so many things. I don't think that's typical neurospicy. I think that's just typically me.
You do everything.
Yeah, everything.
So you put everything in this latest art. Your love equals my love?
Yes. No, your love equals my life.
My life. Yeah. Your love equals my life.
Yes, that's the name of the project. And like, I'm making my own outfit for it. I'm also making the animation. The animation is projected behind me, but like in a way where it's projected over real life items. So it looks like I'm also in it, and I'll be performing live in it. But I've also written parts that will like play in the audio, but I'll be like acting.
That sounds so interesting.
Yeah, it's like something that I never thought of until now. And I think sometimes it's funny when I go out to do things, because I'll like make these grand ideas and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna do this. And then it's like, okay, go ahead, like, here's the money, go do it. And I'm like, oh, I've never done this before. So it's been like a big learning process for me, but it's so fun because it's like something I've never done before. And that's what drives me, of like, I just want to keep doing new things and discovering new things and putting that into my practice of like, okay, I love so many different things, and how do I make it and keep it exciting as well? Like, I don't think music is so exciting for me anymore. I used to be so excited about it when I first started, but that was 8 years ago. And I just don't feel the same passion for it anymore. And I just think, what's the point of like still doing it if I don't have the same, excited feeling about it?
I think that's the growth. Like
Mm.
you've grown as an artist, and
Yeah.
now you're interested in something else.
Exactly. I do
And
think so.
yeah. So where can we watch this, your art, Your Love Equals My Life?
Yes. So the first showing will be a work in progress. The first 15 minutes of the show is going to be performed live at Soup in Manchester on November 15th. Be there. We can put the ticket link somewhere if you're interested. But yeah,
Can we meet you in person too?
you can meet me in person. I'm going to have a crazy outfit on. I have a snail hat that I'm wearing. I didn't make the snail hat, but
you made that outfit.
yes, yeah. The outfit I will have made. So yeah, really excited to show this project. I think it's going to be really fun.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you say you feel like you belong where you are right now?
Deep question. Deep question. Do I feel like I belong where I am right now? I think I do, because I like to have the philosophy that I am where I'm supposed to be right now.
Yeah.
If you don't think that way, or I suppose I should say if I don't think that way, because I can only speak for myself, I can't speak for other people. If I don't think that way, then I'm not living right now and in the present. It's really easy to think, oh, my life could be like this in a couple months, and then you think about the past, oh, but my life used to be like this. Yeah, but I'm here today, right here, right now. And I always think you always have an opportunity to make the best out of what you have and the situation. So regardless of where you are, because like the world is not a nice place right now. I could be anywhere and it could be the same. So I think I just have to, the only thing that can change is me and my mindset and how I view the world and how I move in the world. And so I do believe I am in the right place at the right time, in the right era.
I love it. Do you have any messages to your younger self?
Message to my younger self. Stop trying to please everybody. Stop trying to please everyone. Stop thinking that everyone needs to like you. Your parents' approval doesn't matter. Your family approval doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is that you like who you are and that you are going to be the thing that you want to be when you grow up, or the person that you want to be when you grow up. So stop worrying about everyone else.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Well, Kyami, thank you so much for coming to Ochakai. Ochakai.
Thanks for having me, Ami.
Oh, thank you so much. I really enjoyed having this conversation with you.
Me too.
Well, then we'll see you next time then.
Hey, Janet.
If you like this episode, please make sure to hit that subscribe button.
I'm Ochakai.